This document represents the doctrine adopted by the Policy Committee of the Bilderberg Group during its first known meeting in 1954. The following document, dated May 1979, was found on July 7, 1986, in an IBM copier that had been purchased at a surplus sale. Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. http://www.lawfulpath.com/ref/sw4qw/indexed SHTML. Preface. http://www.lawfulpath.com/ref/sw4qw.
Everyone was supposed to be part of this grand plot. From Beyonce to the Clintons to Jay-Z and Kanye. The subliminal messages were supposed to be everywhere, from music videos to animated Disney movies, hidden in plain sight. And a shadowy group of politicians, celebrities, media moguls, and businessmen were responsible for it all, steering the world towards the end of days. The Illuminati wave is not as popular as it once was in the 2000s and early 2010s, but the ideas it links with, like the NWO and QRSTAN1, persist to this day. I'll be using Illuminati theory as an umbrella term for the massive cluster of ideas, sometimes contradictory, that weave in and out of a variety of these conspiracies. However, I won't spend much time delving into the nuances of any of these theories, because their rabbit holes are meant to go on forever. It would be easy to get stuck in the details and end up months deep in 4chan threads, shady websites, and Facebook mom groups. I don't need to know every particular, often changing detail for every theory that's out there in order to understand and critique the big picture presented. I don't believe in Illuminati theory. I never have. But on some level, I get it. Our world is violent, our people exploited, the pain apparent, and leaders corrupted. But I don't think Illuminati theories are the best explanation. Like most stories we use to make sense of our world, they may contain a kernel of truth, a truth we'll uncover as the video progresses, but ultimately I see them as distractions. I believe these conspiracies impede our understanding of the systems around us and deprive us of our ability to act against and beyond such systems. With the right tools, right understanding, right action, we can make this world a better place. We don't have to resign ourselves to the fate prescribed by this all-powerful Illuminati. So let's get into it. Where Illuminati theories come from, how they gained popularity, why they don't work, and how we can move and build beyond them. Most Illuminati theories share about 3 major pieces, implicitly or explicitly, which combine to tell more or less the same story. 1. A shadowy group of powerful people who go by different names, but most popularly, the Illuminati. 2. Anti-Semitism. And 3. The Antichrist. Let's start with the first piece, the Illuminati. The OG Illuminati, the namesake of this group of conspiracies, was a Bavarian boys' club founded in 1776 that sought to free the world from all established religious and political authority. The leader, Adam Weishaupt, wanted to get rid of the kings and the churches that had dominated Europe since the Middle Ages and make room for new forms of commerce, science, and democratic government that were struggling to emerge at the time. See, that was the time period known as the
You can feel the effect of this most powerful mastaba of Meruka. We are right here inside a mastaba that has over 300 rooms. This brother formed his mastabas for his whole family, like a home with rooms and many rooms, and look how large it is. And we're talking about during the Old Kingdom. and he was a Tajeti, or what is known as a vizier for Teti. Now, what was his job? What did he do? He looked over all the others who were the builders of the mastabas. He also was the overseer of the crafts in the area. Now, what relationship can we connect that to what we know today? That is masonry. This is where he was the overseer of, he was the grand master of all the crafts, all the workers in this area. So he was a very serious grand vizier who would be equivalent to somebody like Imhotep. But he was for Teti. Now, of course, to become such a high status, you had to go to school for 40 years to become the grand master. He was what you would call a son of light. The son of light was achieved by opening up of his mind, opening up his pineal gland. The position that you will see of all the grand masters, such as Mer Ruka, is with his left leg forward. And many of the other kings, you always see the left leg forward. Why is the left leg always forward? The left leg is forward, first of all, because the heart is on the left side, and they must trample down evil. Evil is always present. Our ancestors understood the laws of opposites, so he must walk with his left foot forward to trample down evil so his heart can go forward. See, as you trample it down, then your heart will go forward. So this was the purpose of the left leg forward, to trample down evil for his heart to go forward. Later, the European military took this from Kemet, left, right, left, right, left, right. This is where that came from. This African here also has the apron. That's the symbol, and he also has the collar. Now look at that very closely, because you know this guy. His name is George Washington. He has his left leg forward. Look at the collar and the apron. Where did it? Now you have come back, all the way back, and seeing the origin. But we want to show you where this came from. This didn't start in no 1717 tea house in England. This was the 360 degrees what we had, not no 33 degrees, a few degrees above freezing. These were the true grand masters. This is the origin. So why would you go back to Jerusalem with Solomon's temple, supposedly where Hiram Habith was the grand master for Solomon of 900 years BC. Brothers and sisters, this is over 4,000 years ago. There was no Hiram Habith yet. There was no Solomon yet. So why should we be worshiping them? Because we have lost our story. This is where it all began, Masons. Huh? This is where it all came from. This is the true worshipful grand master that stood in the northeast corner where you are right now to get the light where the light of the world came from. This is where the Pythagorean order came from. So we got all kinds of levels we're going to be dealing with here. But this is where it came from. And that's why they put this symbol on the dollar bill. They knew where the light of the knowledge came from. The pyramid, here where you are, brothers and sisters, which you saw up on that hill. Why were they using these symbols? Now you understand why we were not allowed to deal with Kemet. We must take the key and unlock the sacred knowledge is what we're doing here. But brothers and sisters, we come back to grab you with the Grand Master's grip, to bring you up to the living perpendicular to who we are as an African people. That's what we're trying to do here, brothers and sisters. Because let's see if we can find some Mararukas in here. But Shaka Musa Ba Shango, won't you come on up here for a minute, brother? Come on up. No, hold up. Wait, hold it, brother. Hold your thought for a minute. Just hold your thought. Walk on up there, brother. Up here to this top. Walk on up there, brother. Turn around and no, turn around. Put your left foot forward. Now, who does Mararuka look like? The Shaka Musa Ba Shango. Look at that. Look at that. Spirit's still going on. Brother got the same jaw structure. Everything. There you go. Still got it. Well, he got his intact. They knocked Mararukas off. Take your picture now.
So hold this one. Hold this one.
The power. Yeah, the power.
Right, power.
There he clothing that the Grand Masters, the Son of Light, could put on their bodies was what is called the wasket, the collar, as you see him wearing right here. You see Meruka? You see where the Grand Master's grip of the lion's paw. See the lion's paw on Meruka? You see the paws right there? For those that may be in masonry, when you know in the third degree, the Grand Master's grip of the lion's paw was supposedly when Solomon grabbed Hiram and raised him up. But look at now keep in mind that Meruka was the Grand Master's. Look at the Grand Master's grip of the lion's paw. Look at the lion's paw right there. See on his garment right there? His collar. This is where the origin of the Grand Master's grip of the lion's paw came from. Also, this game is called Senet. Now you can see where chess came from. Okay? So long before chess, Europeans' concept of chess, now you can understand where the name chess, or chess, came from Senet. Meruka of the 6th dynastic period over 4,000 years ago. But look at this. You see him with the collar and the apron because he was truly the grand master of his time. Now you can understand where George Washington with his left foot forward, the apron and the collar is all coming from you, Brother Mason. Coming from you. But yet you know the secret. Tell me about Meruka then. Tell me about Imhotep. Tell me about Amenhotep, son of Apu. Tell me about May. We had this thousands of years of knowledge, Brother Mason. I don't mean nothing disrespect, but we must open up to who we are unless we stay eternal slaves. Let's go back to the craft of Amun-Ra. Let's go back to the grand masters who taught for thousands of years. Got your African architect.
branches, and cultivated the sciences, chiefly mathematics. In their works, carried on often in Latin, reigned morality, a high tone, a solid and unostentatious teaching. 89 Their library and their archives obtained through the protection of the king and of persons of distinction, among others the Prince von Liechtenstein, at Vienna, some real treasures of manuscripts and Benaiah, having ascertained that Nathan the prophet was at the house of Abiathar, a former high priest under King David, repaired to the place, but found that Nathan had died of old age but a very short time before his arrival. He thereupon set about to return, and discovering a stranger wandering near the secret crypt, he thereupon took him into his custody and brought him before the secret council. The stranger proved to be Abdamon, a very wise man and a subject of Hiram, king of Tyre. Upon examination it was found that he had been initiated as an entered apprentice, passed to the degree of a fellow craft, and raised to the sublime degree of a master mason by Seson, a scribe, who had journeyed into the country of the Tyrians, so that the secrets of masonry preceded Hiram, king of Tyre, into his own dominions. Abdamon, being a master mason, and being recognized as a very learned and crafty man by King Hiram, was at length admitted to the secret council after giving into the hands of King Solomon a manuscript that had been given to him in a wonderful and mysterious manner by an Egyptian during the time he was held in confinement by the secret council. Solomon was so pleased with the manuscript that he then and there admitted Abdamon as a member of the secret council, which was then sitting. Abdamon in his turn felt himself so highly honored that he begged leave and received permission to journey into the land of Egypt and be initiated into the secrets of, promised to journey back into the land of the Israelites and disclose to the secret council what he had learned. Abdamon was successful in his efforts, and the following degrees were instituted to preserve the knowledge which Abdamon gained in the land of Egypt and his journey and initiation in the Great Stone Pyramid. Second, the king as pioneer. Third, degree of master of the secret cavern. After resting for 3 days at the well of Beersheba, Amini, the singer, the horoscopus and Abdamon, under the escort of the king's pioneer, journeyed by easy stages to Mount Serbal, where the parties took refuge in a natural cave where Abdamon received his final instructions before his initiation into the degree of the pyramid. During the course of the journey, Amini disclosed many hidden mysteries to Abdamon concerning initiation and why it was impossible to make these disclosures to the multitude in general. Among the things which Amini communicate to Abdamon on their journey, the following is the most important, for said he, before appearing on earth, man lived in a spiritual world, similar to the one in which he lives on leaving the earth. Each awaits his turn in this world to appear on earth, an appearance necessary, a life of trials none can escape. The life anterior, which we have all passed through, was, so to speak, a life of nothingness, of childbirth, of happiness like that which we enjoy on our exit from the earth, but this happiness cannot be comprehended, because it is not accompanied with sensations to prove its sweet reality. Therefore God has deemed fit that we should pass through these successive lives, the first, on the globes of which I speak to you, a life unknown, of beatitude, devoid of sensation; the second, the one you enjoy, a life of action, sensation, a painful life. Placed between the two, to demonstrate through its contrast the sweetness of the third, the life of good and evil, without which we should not be able to appreciate the happy state reserved for us. That the soul is an emanation of deity, and in its original essence is all purity, truth, and wisdom, is an axiom which the disembodied learn, when the powers of memory are sufficiently awakened to perceive the states of existence anterior to mortal birth. In the paradises of purity and love, souls spring up like blossoms, in the All-Father's garden on immortal beauty. It is the tendency of the divine nature, whose chief attributes are love and wisdom, heat and light, to repeat itself eternally, and mirror forth its own perfection in scintillations from itself. These sparks of heavenly fire become souls, and as the effect must share in the nature of the cause, the fire which warms into life, also illuminates into light. Hence the soul emanations from the divine are all love and heat, whilst the illumination of light, which streams ever from the great central sun of being, irradiates all souls with corresponding beams of light. Born of love, which corresponds to divine heat and warmth, and irradiated with light, which is divine wisdom and truth, the first and most powerful souls repeated. The action of the Supreme Originator gave off emulations from their own being, some higher, some lower, the highest tending upward into spiritual essences, the lowest forming particled matter. These denser emanations, following out the creative law, aggregated into suns, satellites, worlds, and each repeating the story of creation. Suns gave birth to systems, and every member of a system became a theater of subordinate states of spiritual or material existence. Earths that have attained to the capacity to support organic life, necessarily attract it. Earths demand it, heaven supplies it. From whence? As the earths groan for the lordship of superior beings to rule over them, the spirits in the distant Edens hear the whispers of the tempting serpent, the animal principle, the urgent intellect, which appealing to the blessed souls in their distant paradises, fill them with indescribable longings for change, for broader vistas of knowledge, for mightier powers. They would be as the gods, and know good and evil, and in this urgent appeal of the earths for man, and this involuntary yearning of the spirit for intellectual knowledge, the union is effected between the two, and the spirit becomes precipitated into the realms of matter to undergo a pilgrimage through the probationary states of earth, and only to regain paradise again by the fulfillment of that pilgrimage. The names of the other 4 degrees it is not even lawful for me to state in a public manner, but sufficient for me it is to say that the manner and order of the chief or singer, who carries an instrument symbolical of music, and 2 books of Hermes, one of them containing the hymns of the gods, and the other the list of the kings. After him comes the horoscopist, observer of the seasons, carrying a palm branch and a timepiece symbolic of astrology. He has to know by heart the 4 books of Hermes, which treat of astrology, the first of which treats of the order of the planets, the second of the rising and setting of the sun and moon, and third and fourth of their movements in their orbits, and the aspects of the stars. Then comes the sacred writer, having some, and in his hands a book, an ink bottle, and a reed for writing, according to the manner of the priests. This officer has to understand the language of the hieroglyphics, the description of the universe, the courses of the sun, moon, and planets, the divisions of Egypt into 36 districts, the course of the Nile, the sacred ornaments, the holy places, etc. Then comes the stole-bearer, who carries the gauge of justice, or measure of the Nile, and a chalice for libations, together with 10 volumes containing the sacrifices, the hymns, the prayers, the offerings, and ceremonies of the feasts. Finally appears the prophet, carrying in his bosom, but exposed, a pitcher. He is followed by those who carry the bread, as at the marriage of Cana. This prophet, in his position as keeper of the mysteries, must know by heart the 10 volumes which treat of the laws, of the gods, and of all the disciples of the priests, etc., which are outside of the 42 volumes. 36 are known by these persons, and the other 6, treating of medicine, of the construction of the human frame, of sickness, of medicaments, and of surgical instruments, belong to the post-op-hores. Mystic Masonry 1. Mystic Masonry is not only the key to the religion taught to all men in all ages from the very beginning of conscious life up to the present, but it holds the keys to these religious and is, in fact, the very repository of religion itself. Its degrees give this secret to its initiates as no religion nor any other order can. It has for its base the existence of God and the immortality of the soul. It recognizes man as the living temple of God, that temple which was built without sound of hammer or any noise whatever. It recognizes the Christos, Christ, as the living principle of the soul of man and without which no one can be immortal. It has for its object the uniting of mankind into a universal brother Mystic Masonry 1. Mystic Masonry is not only the key to the religion taught to all men in all ages from the very beginning of conscious life up to the present, but it holds the keys to these religious and is, in fact, the very repository of religion itself. Its degrees give this secret to its initiates as no religion nor any other order can. It has for its base the existence of God and the immortality of the soul. It recognizes man as the living temple of God, that temple which was built without sound of hammer or any noise whatever. It recognizes the Christos, Christ, as the living principle of the soul of man and without which no one can be immortal. It has for its object the uniting of mankind into a universal brotherhood, the exercise of benevolence, the practice of the arts, the practice of virtue and the study of both nature and God as he is. 2. The language used may seem strong, but we who know the work in these degrees must be the ones to judge as to what they are and what they contain. The degrees, starting with the first up to the 11th, teach all there is of religion, they give the key to religion itself. 3. The ancient and mystic Oriental rite is universal, and is open to every master mason who believes in the fatherhood of God and the universal brotherhood of all men. The other qualification necessary of the neophyte is that he shall be honorable and upright in his dealings. 4. The cradle of the symbolism used in all masonry is placed by many of the best authorities in that country which they believe was first inhabited, i.e., the plateau of Tartary, and from there transmitted to this generation by the sages of India, Persia, Ethiopia, and Egypt. We are not indebted to either ancient Egypt for either religion or masonry, but to America. 5. It is a fact that at Memphis, Egypt, in the pyramids, under the guidance of the kings, the mystic rites of masonry were worked many thousands of years ago, but at that time Egypt and the continent of America were one and the same. 6. In America, rediscovered in the 15th century and repopulated in the 17th, was recovered Egypt and the Promised Land, or the land of the constellation of the Eagle. 7. No matter how numerous or complicated the works of a lock may be, if but the right key be applied, the Great Pyramid proves to be the long-sought key to the mysteries at once of mythology and of the great world religions.
The Giza pyramids, which are aligned to Orion's belt, Osiris belt, are not the only three pyramid alignment like it on the Earth. You have the same three pyramids in Teotihuacan that also align to Orion's belt. Comparison of modern-day tech with the helicopter hieroglyphs from the Temple of Seti at Abydos, and it shows you a helicopter, tank or submarine, blimp or cargo plane, and an airplane. 1904 newspaper article about radium as the elixir of life. See figure 331. Old horse made young again by giving dose of it. Additionally, the Grand Canyon, Grand Quivira Pass has two giant pharaoh heads on its Grand Passage. One of the heads looks male while the other looks female, and an Egyptian sphinx. See figures 354 and 355. No place in the world has more pyramids than the Yucatan Peninsula. The Mayans were the greatest pyramid builders in the world, and there are literally thousands of Mayan step pyramids found throughout the Yucatan in Central America. Once again, the pyramid is a symbol of Atlantis, so the sheer number of pyramids in the Yucatan speaks for itself. The oracle map of actual cities in North America with Egyptian names. I label the Mississippi River as the Nile River. These cities are all built along the Nile River and her tributaries, which was the custom of the Egyptians. Available at www.americaistheoldworld.com.
US 648-7531-B1 Voice July 6, 1999 November 26, 02. Directed Energy Weapon / Targeted Individual Patents Patent No Frequency Wave Type Symptoms Filing Date Publication Date Invented by Original Assignee Description US 609-1994A1/2 Hz and 2.4 Hz MK August 31st, 98 July 18th, 2000 Hendrikas G. Loose Hendrikas G. Positive manipulation of central nervous systems US 648-8617B11-8 Hz MMK October 13th, 2000 December 3rd, O2 Bruce F. Katz Universal Hedonics Method and Device for Producing a Desired Brain State via Magnetic Waves US 762-9918B2 RFDE and Radar Location and Disruption Multifunctional December 15th, 05 December 8th, 09 Kenneth W. Brown, David J. Kanik, Russell F. Bag Raytheon Company Weapon with Integrated Targeting System to Locate Targets. Damages / disrupts electronics, biological entities, and physical structures. US 647-0214B1 3500 Hz, probably, V2K December 13th, 96 October 22nd, O2 James P. O'Loughlin, Diana L. Lori United States Air Force remotely transmits intelligible subjective sound into target consciousness. Voice to skull. US 339-3279 V2K March 13th, 62 July 16th, 68 GP Flanagan Listening Incorporated allows information to be remotely conveyed to subject via electromagnetic waves. US 395, 1134, 100, 110, 210 MHz MK August 5th, 74 April 20th, 76 Robert G. Malek Dawn and Magolin incorporated apparatus and method for remotely monitoring and altering a target's brain waves / central nervous system US 4,395,600 Malawian kwachas November 26th, 80 July 26th, 83 Rene R. Landy and David L. Tyler subliminal manipulation of subjective emotions via remotely directed audio waves US 483, 47014 to 16 Hz MK July 24th, 85 May 30th, 89 Kazumi Masaki Ken Hayashibara remote neurological control via sets of low-frequency waves beamed at brain US 485, 8612A microwave spectrum V2K December 19th, 83 August 22nd, 89 Philip L. Stocklin Philip L. transmit sound to auditory cortex of mammals via remotely applied microwave signals. US 487, 7027A 100 to 10,000 MHz V2K June 6th, 88 October 31st, 89 Wenbit Brankan Wenbit transmit sound to auditory cortex of mammals via bursts of remotely applied microwaves. US 512-3899A 40 to 80 Hz, 2 signals sent, which vary by 0.5 to 2 Hz EMK January 17th, 91 June 23rd, 92 James Goal alters mood, emotion, sleep states via remotely applied frequencies and waveforms. US 515-9703A 14.5 kHz EV2K December 28, 89 October 27, 92 Oliver M. Lowery presents subliminal auditory information to the human via remotely applied waves US 535-6368A 4 to 212 Hz MK March 1st, 91 October 18th, 94 Robert A. Monroe Interstate Industries Incorporated DBA Monroe Products, method of an apparatus for inducing desired states of consciousness US 658-7729B2 V2K April 24th, 02 July 1st, 03 James P. O'Loughlin, Diana L. Lowry US Air Force apparatus for audibly communicating speech using the radio frequency. Hearing effect US 605-2336 AV2K May 1st, 98 April 18th, 2000 Austin Lowry, 3 Lowry, Austin apparatus and method of broadcasting audible sound using ultrasonic sound as a carrier US 601-1991 AIR, RF or satellite RV, MK December 7th, 98 January 4th, 2000 Eris Maderosian Technology Patents, LLC remotely identifies individuals by brainwave signature, monitors words, phrases, and thoughts by brain activity. US 588-9870A voice July 17th, 96 March 30th, 99 Elwood G. Norris American Technology Corporation, now LRAD Corp., which stands for Long Range Acoustic Device Products, makes voices emanate from individuals who do not intend or realize it. Ventriloquist effect.
You only know what this mean to me. Killing life. They can keep all they riches, yo, who are all I want. They can keep all they bitches, yo, who are all I want. They can keep all they bitches, yo, who are all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, who are all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, who are all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, who are all I want. Yeah. You can trade your families for what you call money all you want to. You can sell your soul all you want to. Give them to their jobs and everything else, I'ma keep mine. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. Yeah. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. I keep a brother who stick closer than breathing in, yeah. I keep a friend who stick closer than brothers breathing, yeah. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, your family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. I keep a friend who stick closer than brothers breathing, yeah. I keep a friend who stick closer than brothers breathing, yeah. Yeah, they can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. Yahuwah is the only name that is worthy to be praised. All I want. I've been cloudy while you cloud chasing, sent from heaven's ground breaking, beat my breast and sound breaking, breathe my breath and found grace and speak my resting crown taking, beast get stressed and pound quaking. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they riches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all they riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all they bitches, my family, all I want. Keep a friend who's sit closer than brothers breathing, yeah. I keep a friend who's sit closer than brothers breathing, yeah. I keep a friend who's sit closer than brothers breathing, yeah. Yeah, they can keep all their riches, yo, all I want. You can keep all your bitches, my family, all I want. They can keep all their riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all their riches, yo, all I want. They can keep all their bitches, my family, all I want.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. Like you know to check you have gas first before road tripping through the desert.
Empty? Seriously? Maybe I can walk.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So if you want to save money, check Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com.
Maybe I can't.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Trying to make sure we got it, Donnie. That's all I'm saying. Killing in life. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go get some stuff. You almost definitely have to come. Yeah. You know? Hope y'all got y'all seatbelts, bruh. Yeah.
straight.